just a weird kid, so I'm gonna deal in weird ways.
Shooting is no way to deal with
Learning how to cope with the
ever.
challenges life throws at you is a staple of the hit series Degrassi. But now two of the stars of the show are going one step further to help young Canadians who need help.
I called.
I called.
I called. I called.
I called.
Munro Chambers and Melinda Shankar are the faces of the new Kids Help Phone ad. And right now, both are here in our studio along with Dwayne, a Kids Help Phone counselor. And good morning to all of you. Thanks for coming in.
Morning.
So Degrassi has been such a huge hit because it deals with teenage issues that people can relate to. And now, to do this help phone ad, when you were asked to do it, you were obviously familiar with the help phone.
Right.
But what were you thinking in terms of how that was such a good fit?
I was thinking more, I mean, out of the characters, there's 20 of us, and I feel like a lot of high school students and a lot of kids in general can relate to at least one of us with the issues. And, you know, some of them have more issues than others, and, you know, Munro and I, our characters, Eli and Ali, have a lot of issues, as we've known over the years. And sometimes kids come to us as if we can help them with, you know, the issues in specific, and, you know, I can't really do that, but Kids Help Phone can, so it is a really good partnership.
Pretty great to have the Degrassi folks to be able to help out, Dwayne.
They're great advocates, and you know, it's one thing for adults to speak to kids about, you know, how important it is to talk about their feelings and their emotions and mental health generally, but when their peers are saying it, it becomes an even more powerful message.
Tell me about the need for the help phone, because it's been up and running for some time, but getting the word out to make sure that people know that they can call no matter what time of day.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people feel that it's a sign of weakness to talk about how you feel or what you're thinking or any emotional challenges you might be facing. And so really promoting to kids that what they think and feel is valid, that they deserve to be heard. And if there isn't an adult in your life that you can talk to, then you can always reach out 24/7 to a professional counselor at Kids Help Phone.
And a lot of people do reach out, well, particularly to shows like Degrassi, and you must hear it. I mean, your character's gone through enough, having to go through the losing your girlfriend and then the issues through that Eli goes through. But do you also get people, kids, particularly teenagers, coming up saying, I can still relate to this kid. I feel like that kid.
Well, that's what's the beauty of Degrassi. We get a lot of times with the like with the certain storylines, like a transgender storyline we get these emails saying, I go through this too. Thank you for relating, and our job is to not mock these issues. And that's what makes this friendship between Kids Help Phone and Degrassi so great, because we're all going through the same issues. We're portraying it. We're not actually going through it, but they witness it and they're like, okay, well, I'm doing this too, and so they realize that they're not alone. That's the main message that Kids Help Phone want people to know, to the parents and to the kids, that you're not alone, and there's someone you can talk to.
And you're at the other end of that phone often, and you hear some of these stories of these kids. What's that like for you?
Well, I mean, in the moment, you really have to be there for the kids. I mean, as a counselor, that we know that every moment that somebody calls in or that they write into us, it's all about them. And so being there for them, supporting them, giving them suggestions or ideas or referring them to a service in their community, that's really the role that we play. But it can be tough. We do take care of ourselves. We talk to our managers. We debrief. And, you know, self-care, when you engage in activities you enjoy, all that is helpful to take care of yourself.
Your character in particular has gone through an awful lot in the show, and not quite feeling, you know, that you fit in, that your character fits in the school environment, and the bullying. And bullying is a huge part of what teenagers will go through, and some of them needing the help phone because of that.
I feel like, you know, whether it's you personally or, you know, you've heard it from a friend, everyone kind of is involved in bullying in some form or another. And, you know, my character's been on the show for 4 years, so people have kind of grown up with me and kind of, or with my character, and, you know, they kind of feel like we're friends. And that's, you know, if we're doing that to the audience, and, you know, we're doing a good job. So I feel like if they can come to us and talk to us about their problems, that, you know, it's a good thing that they're kind of getting help from a neutral party, as opposed to, you know, talking to friends, or maybe they're uncomfortable to go home and say, you know, Mom, I'm being bullied, because, you know, they might not feel cool to do that, or they might feel like they can't go to their friends, or that they have no one. So it's really nice, you know, for people like Dwayne to go and just be an open friend and you know, a shoulder to cry on.
Tell me about growing up in a way on Degrassi. What's that like? Because many of the times that we've talked to the actors, the same thing comes out. It's just like a family. It's like a family of actors, because you do grow together.
Absolutely. I mean, I moved from Ottawa to Toronto for the show, so when I came, it was like, I have the show and that's it. I don't have a school. My family's not here, so these guys are now my siblings. I have 20 more brothers and sisters, and we all love each other a lot. But it is weird, you know, you flick on the TV and you see, like, 4 years ago yourself, and I look different now, and you don't realize it because, it's just your day-to-day, but that's how it is.
Great to be part of such a successful series, though, right?
Well, it's such an iconic series, especially in Canada. Like, everyone knows of Degrassi. 30 years of good television that relates to kids, and that's what they're known for. That's why it's iconic, because we relate to these kids. We deal with these issues. We portray them in such a way that it's relatable. And I've just joined the cast last season. And so I've just joined the family. I just got adopted in. They brought me in.
You'll teach them the ropes. You have been, right?
Yes, we've accepted him.
They give me like a manual. Like, don't do this, do this.
A few initiations, but you're now good.
That's great. Well, it's such a good fit, Dwayne. And thank you, all of you, for coming in. We'll look forward to watching the PSAs in the coming weeks.
Thanks for having us.